This video is about what's sold when it comes to oddities. Yes, odd items. If you're new here, I'm Vicki. Welcome to the channel. And for those of you who are coming back, thank you for that too. And in between each item, I'm going to check eBay and see if I can show you any sold comps so that you can be on the lookout for these types of items. I pre-wrapped this Life magazine that we sold. I actually just used some eBay scrap cardboard and protected it so that it can't bend. Worked out pretty good. And taped it and then stretch wrapped it. And it's mailing in a really large padded envelope. And the part that you peel to close it, I wrote on here what it is to make it easier to find. Anyway, Mark picked this out, paid $1 for it, and it sold on offer for $20 plus ship. I'm so glad it's already pre-packed. I just have to put it in here and seal it up. Sold another blue Q towel. Don't have too many of them left. I paid less than $1 for it, and it sold for $9.99 plus ship. To mail the towel, I just place it in a bag and a padded envelope. This vintage Kodak camera case was listed for a very long time. In fact, since August of 2020. Hard to believe, right? It sold for full asking price at $24.95 plus ship. If you have enough room to store things, well, you can store things. Love it when it fits perfectly, and I'll top it off with small bubble wrap. Sold some grapes, some very heavy, fragile grapes. I'll insert a photo. Bought them at an estate sale. Paid a little too much for them, paid $15, and they sold on offer for $29. So I accepted the offer at $29 just because we've had them listed for a while, since 22, and I just want them out of here. This is the first offer I've had on them, and I accepted it. I added more tape to the light bubble wrap that was already on them, and then I'll wrap them in more bubble wrap. If this doesn't reach, I'll put a half sheet down through the center. For the grapes, I'm going to try this 8x6 box. I lined the bottom with air pillows. Test fit. Might have to turn it on its side a little bit. I think it'll be fine. I can still feel the grapes poking through here, so I need more bubble wrap for sure. Again, air pillows on the bottom, 2 sheets of large 1/2-inch bubble wrap. I put some air pillows, 2 on each side. I just need to fill in the center. It will only close with 1 air pillow down the center, so I'll finish the top with some bubble wrap. Sold a lot of 2 of these Avery spiral bound phone message books, you know, where it has a duplicate copy. Picked them up at our Reseller, have $2 into them, and they sold for full asking price of $19.95 plus ship. They're partially packed. I'll just put them in a padded envelope. So the last of the Blue Q dish towels that I bought at a thrift store, I think I bought 30 of them that day, paid about $1 each, and it says my safe word is takeout. And sold them all now. Pretty excited about that, to sell 3 of them for $9.99 each, total $29.97. There was a discount for buying multiples, but yep, they're all sold. Woohoo! Whether it's 1 or 3, these are the last 3. I'll just wrap them in tissue paper, place them in a plastic bag, and mail in a padded envelope. We sold a vintage fishing lure. We picked this up at our local Salvation Army. We've got $1 invested in it. It's a vintage Bagley balsa wood with some brass components in it. And we paid $1, as I said, and it sold for full asking price of $19.95 plus ship. And we have several more listed. We're excited to sell one within just a few days of listing it. I have a small box, very small box, and I have a little bit of bubble wrap. It's going to fit in here just fine. We'll get this sealed up, and then we'll mail this in a padded envelope. Do you remember the Madame Alexander doll? That's in really bad condition. I took her dress off. It was a wedding gown, and sold that separately. And then these are the doll parts, and I advertised them as creepy Halloween doll parts only. And the doll parts sold for full asking price of $19.95 plus ship. I'm going to take them out of this lid that I have them stored in and fit them in a small box with some paper or bubble wrap. The doll parts won't fit in this small box, so I found another one that I'm going to recycle. This box is going to work much better. Everything's protected all the way around with some air pillows or bubble wrap tucked in here and there. And then I'll just finish the top with a layer of bubble wrap. That's going to work much better. This sale is a 2-piece sale, made in Italy, Mercato Capelli D'Angelo spaghetti pasta maker attachments. There's 2 different attachments here. It's hard to see. I'll insert a photo. We paid $10 at Goodwill for the 2 of them. Didn't get as much as what we had hoped, but we did have it on sale. So for $27.97 plus ship. It's quite heavy. I have it in a small box, but I put extra cardboard in the bottom and the sides, and I'm going to put extra cardboard on top. As long as I get this closed, I'm good. We sold another fishing lure, rabble rouser, top water, vintage. Found a box of these at Salvation Army. We've got $1.50 invested, and it sold on sale for $13.96 plus ship. I'm going to mail it in a padded envelope, but to keep it from crushing, I'll surround it with some cardboard, some small bubble wrap, and then mail it in a padded envelope. Sold this tiny little Revere. I have to look at my notes here. Revere's 17mm camera wide angle projection lens with the box. Paid 25 cents for this and sold it on offer for $12 plus ship. What's it look like? Well, it looks like a tiny little lens. I think it came in a grab bag with other things that we bought. So pretty easy to pack. I'll wrap this box in some bubble wrap. It's a pretty sturdy box. Fold part of this up, part of this down, just to even out the bulk and give it more protection on the top and the bottom. You know what? I hear it rolling around in here. That drives me nuts. I can't do it. I've got to unwrap this. I have to keep it from rolling around inside. I didn't even think about that at first. But I can hear it. You could probably hear it too. I'm going to ruin my bubble wrap. Sort of. All right, we have to give this some foam wrap. I have an end of the roll piece here. If you're enjoying this video, appreciate a like, comment, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe and keep watching. There's more. Just something to keep it from rolling around. It's not making any noise anymore. Let's double check it. It's good. Now, can I reuse the same bubble wrap? I think I can get by. Oh, I rolled it the other way. That's funny. I like the bubble wrap to the inside, so let's try this again. And then I fold this half up and then this half to the bottom, so it gives it extra protection on the top and bottom. I do this a lot. Give it one more piece. And then I'll mail it in a padded envelope. Oh, thank you note. That might come off because it's kind of rounded. Thank you note. Just run this 30 up on a sheet of labels. I'll put this in the padded envelope with an air pillow, or you could use bubble wrap or paper, but an air pillow to the side. I do like to add a little bit of tape to this flap so it doesn't get caught in their machines. It's good. This item fits in our odd category. Jamabelle, a cord slim 2-pack of refill liners, waist liners for this special receptacle. Bought these at our restore. It's a 2-pack and paid $1. Sold for full asking price of $29.95 plus ship. So, you know, if you find things like this, check the eBay sold comps and see if it's selling on eBay. You can't sell everything on eBay, but and I've never sold these before, but pretty happy with the $1 to $29.95 plus ship. I want to mail this in a padded envelope, but I also want to help keep it from crushing. So I have some scrap cardboard. I just lined this up, put a little mark. I think I lined it up this way. Put a little mark here so I can cut this into 2 pieces, and then I'll put this on each side, you know, half of this. Add some small bubble wrap and mail it in a padded envelope. I'll show you. I've got a cutting board, a ruler, 24-inch, and I'm just going to line this up and cut this in half. Got my 2 pieces. I'll put this away, and then we'll come back and finish packing this. Piece of cardboard on each side. You can see that it's too long. That's okay. I will bend these to go around the corners while at the same time folding up. Let's see if I have this long enough. No, it's not long enough that way. Let's turn this. So I'm not really too concerned about the ends. I'm going to put that here and here. I'll bend the corners around now. Let's see. Okay, I'll get this done and I'll show it to you in the next stage. If the cardboard's a little bit too stiff to bend it, just take a ruler, a scoring tool. I just lined it up and scored it to make it easier to bend. That happens sometimes. It depends on how heavy the cardboard is. Now it's ready for me to fold this up and get it taped up. My bubble wrap is short on this end, so I have a padded envelope that I'm recycling. You know, I don't want to tape to the original box, so that's what I'll tape to after I fold this together. It's all taped up. I have extra padding on each end. One I tucked inside the end flaps, one I put on the outside, but either way, you know, it has this support to keep it from crushing. So now I feel comfortable mailing it in a padded envelope. I found these envelopes on Amazon and I'm very happy with them. I don't care that they don't say eBay on them. It's a nice length. This is the last eBay one that I have, and you can see that this is longer, slightly longer than the eBay padded envelope. I couldn't get these last time with my quarterly coupon. I'll leave a link for this size below the video. We sold a realistic stereo amplifier, SA10, new old stock, I guess. And we paid $4.99 at a garage sale, and it sold on offer for $40 plus ship. Now they wanted to be mailed priority mail, and when they discontinued some of these boxes, like this one here, regional rate box A and B were discontinued. This is of course B. It's going to work out good for this, and we'll be charged for regular priority mail. No matter what it says here, we'll be charged for regular priority based upon measurement and weight. That's why I stocked up on these when they were discontinued. I've wrapped it in saran wrap. Now I just need to fit it in the box and fill in with some more packing material. To fill in, I've used a combination of bags, paper, and I'll top off with some bubble wrap. We sold this lot of dollhouse furniture. It is furniture from the little Sunshine Mattel family. I did include the baby in here. That's really where the value is. And the furniture, well, some of it's got all the pieces, some not. But it sold on offer for $30 plus ship. I just need to find a box large enough to fit all of these odd-shaped pieces in. I hope this 12 by 10 by 8 box, eBay box, will work. I think it's going to work. I put some plastic bags on the bottom. I do have this cardboard bed base that I need to fit in here. I think I'll put some bubble wrap over this first. Put some bubble wrap around it. This is plastic. I'm not worried about that. This is cardboard. Putting it on top. I mean, I guess I could put it to the side. I think I'll put it on top though. And I just have to fill in with some more paper or bubble wrap. Maybe air pillows too. It's most certainly not my best packing job, but allowed me to use up a lot of scrap materials. You know, I've been keeping them in these laundry totes here and separated by type, and it allowed me to use up some of this. So for that, it works. We found this at a church rummage sale. Haggerty zippered flatware storage drawer liner, new and packaged. It's help keep your silverware from tarnishing. Paid $1 for it, so that's not bad. It's sold on offer for $35 plus ship. But my dilemma is, see the measurements? 19. My longest box is 16. 12 wide is doable, 2.5 inch high is doable, but it's the length. So even though they chose Ground Advantage, I'm probably going to have to upgrade this to Priority Mail so I can Frankenstein 2 boxes together. Haven't done that for a while. Pretty easy though. As you know, USPS Priority Mail boxes come in several sizes, and some are flat rate, some are not. This is not flat rate, okay? You cannot Frankenstein cut or alter a flat rate box. Number 1095. What I like about it is that it's actually 3 inches high. That's what I need, minimum 3 inches in height. The other box I looked at was shorter. It only goes up to about 15 inches long, and it's almost 12 inches wide. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure if that's going to work. Let's try it. It's just barely making it. The best I can do is put some air pillows on top, but it's just barely going to make it. I'm not going to be able to add bubble wrap all the way around. Just not doable. But I need to get my thank you label on here. I need to do that before I push it all the way in. Somewhere here. And I need to go ahead and fold up this end of the box so I know my stopping point. There's a surcharge if I go over 22 inches. That only allows me 3 inches. I was going to put some air pillows on each end, but I'm not sure I can pull that off. I might be able to put just a little bit of bubble wrap. Just a little bit. I'm just using small bubble wrap that I'm going to fold in half and then in half again and put it on the end here before I seal this up. It's going to take 2 hands to do this. So just know that I'm going to put this bubble wrap here and fold this up and tape it. Let's back up just a minute. I decided to put sheets of bubble wrap here, large bubble wrap folded before I slide it in. And on this end, I put some bubble wrap, and then I put a piece of cardboard that I just used some regular tape on where this vulnerable part is for wearing. And then I need to put some bubble wrap here. But I need to slide it back in from this end now. And that was a little bit hard to get that pushed back through, but I got it. Now I need to decide if bubble wrap is enough here. I think I need a larger sheet. I have bubble wrap stuffed in this end. Here's my, I guess I don't have it back far enough. There's my fold right here. And I decided to cut some cardboard to also give it some support. I'm trying to keep it from crushing, to tell you the truth. And this should help a lot to keep it from crushing. So I just need to get these ends folded in and get this taped, and then we'll deal with the other end. I knew when I bought this that it was going to be awkward to ship. I knew it, but I knew it was also worth, well, at least $30, and I paid $1 for it. I'm going to add some tape here before I start on the other end. Back to this end. As you can see, it's sticking out here quite a bit, you know, and it's supposed to go, this is how much it's sticking out. So I'm going to make sure I have plenty of bubble wrap in here to keep it from compressing. I am a little concerned the sides might wear a little bit, bringing this in and out, but hopefully it'll be okay. But I need to cut this box to extend past. And I need the flaps. Here's the flap. I need the flap to come to the end, obviously. I'm also going to be fitting this cardboard in here. So I need the flap to come past that just a little bit. So let's think about this. Here's my flap. I'm at the end. That looks pretty good. I want it to overlap this box more than just this. I need to overlap it a little more. I typically like to go about 3 inches. So I'm going to be cutting this box. I think I'll just cut it on that line right here. I've mentioned to you about keeping cutting boards on hand. This is my largest one that I got at Walmart, not sponsored. I said I'm going to cut it back to this line. I've got my 24-inch ruler, which if I want a straight line, I line this up here. I'm going to line it on there, hold this down and use my utility knife and cut this. I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. This part I'll save in case I ever need to extend another box. Probably going to be a long time till I have to do that because most everything I send ground advantage, but that's the flap that I'm working with. From past experience, I know I'm going to have trouble fitting this all the way back to here. I always do. So I think because of that, today I might just cut a couple of up to 3 inches on one side of this end, one on one side here and opposite side here to give myself a little more flexibility for sliding this on. It's not easy to slide it on, but it's most certainly doable. So I'm going to cut this side seam here up to a 3-inch mark. And then I'm going to flip it over and cut it here, 3 inches. And I slipped a small cutting board inside so that I don't cut where I don't want to cut. Again, it's going to take me 2 hands to do this, so I'm just going to cut a little 3-inch slot here. I changed my mind. I decided to cut flaps on all 4 because it is going to be really challenging to fit this over here. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slip this over top of here. It's been so long since I've done this that I forgot a step that I do. I cut these back a little bit. I'm going to cut notches out of these. I'll show you here. Okay, I'm going to do that on all the flaps on the larger box. Cut little corners out. Make the flaps narrower to fit inside here. So this is what it looks like. I have little notches all the way around. Every flap has a little notch in it to make it easier to slide these into here. See what I mean? It's going to slide in here a lot easier. And I can only go to the end. I'll be back when I get it in position. That went so much easier than I expected today. In fact, I went too far. So now let's get some bubble wrap in here and the cardboard on the end. And I'm going to fold up this flap before I tape it. Before I tape it here, I'm going to fold up this flap and tape it and peel that and tape it. It's working out so great. Now I'll just tape this a little bit before I tape this. And then I push this end just to make sure it's in all the way as far as it will go before I tape this all the way around. Okay, here we go. Then I have to make sure all these flaps are covered that I cut. And then I also tape it on this way. Okay, I think it's pretty good. I can see at this cut that I made that it's open just a little bit. And I will tape these flaps down here and make sure all my tape is pressed down. Curious as to how long it is. Oh my gosh, it's right at 20 inches. I looked it up again. It's 22 inches. I know I said that earlier, but I forgot by the time I was done. I have up to 22 inches before I pay a surcharge, and it's only at 20. So we got it done. Let's hope it arrives okay. If it doesn't, I'll have to let you know. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue, and I'll see you in the next video.